It's the Cable
Show. I guess I will pack one, pick one in Oko, Is this prime LD time? Oh, it certainly is. We got Geddons, we got Wildfires. This is an LD-friendly cube for sure. Yeah, Oko into Pest Infest is pretty good. Oko is at least power adjacent. There's fewer power adjacent cards in this cube than the other one. Tempted by this Once Upon a Time. Ancient Tomb's good, but I don't know if it's like kind of exactly what I'm looking for. I think we want to go like turn 1 Dork, turn 2 Oko, which Ancient Tomb doesn't really help with. It could feed like a large Pest Infestation, or help me get like a Nissa down quickly. Yeah, Treachery and Uro are both interesting. Uro does require some amount of churn, you know, cards like Fact or Fiction and Frantic Search. Questing Beast is strong. I kind of want to take the Scarab God and just draft like fucking bug shit. Murder people with Scarab God again. It's been a long time since I've cast that card, and that card's still good. I'm going to take the Questing Beast. I'm just going to try and paint by numbers here for my first draft of the eve. Yeah, I'm sure I'll get to Scabby God at some point. Drafting an Eldraine standard deck, yeah. But a good Eldraine standard deck. Glenalindra's tempting, really good in some matchups. Combo and such. Combo and control. Some people just lose that card. If I'd taken the Ancient Tomb earlier, I'd be a little bit more interested in this Krasis. Krasis my wheel. I think I'm just going to take the Triome. Just going to accept my duel, even though I'm not stoked about it. Coming into play tapped. Yeah, give me the Glen. Give me the Glen. Hexdrinky, little Hexdrinky action. Emrakul's interesting for channel. I wonder if Ponder's better than Hexdrinker. Probably not. Probably just not. Nice to have like a critical mass of cards that just win the game on their own, One of them's got to be able to win. Interesting. If we had Gaia's Cradle already, I'd like Oddity better than Oracle Moldiah. But we don't currently have Gaia's Cradle, so I'm going to take the Oracle. Wereboid, like Birds of Paradise. Birds of Paradise would be sweet. And some Trop action. Oh, that's a good stretch. That's a good stretch. Hey, Breeding Pool will do. Breeding Pool will do. I'm not greedy. Well, I am greedy. But that's fine. Was Dark Depths going around? Should I grab this Thespian stage? Should I take Eternal Witness just in case we see Time Walk? Let's do that. Just in case. This is some boomer shit in Vintage Cube again, right, JRC? This is indeed some boomer shit. Yeah, Rex Sage is a fine sideboard card, but we already have the Pest Infest. I think just filling out the curve is better. I don't know if I've seen a red aggro deck yet. Folks not enticed by Jackal Pup. You've been struggling in this cube? Yeah, I haven't quite gotten my my sea legs yet. My cube legs with this version. Just a couple trophies and a lot of scrub-a-dubs. Yeah, no spells heading to the graveyard so far for Uro, so we'll just grab the Tretch. But sometimes losing streaks happen, even if you're drafting well and playing well. It's kind of whiny, it's kind of excusey, but I have not gotten very much power this past set of streams. Playing with a little bit of a handicap there. Hey, Tyrolean thinks the 31 months there. Yeah, Tarn for Breeding Pool is interesting. Kind of tempted by this Chrome Mox too. Just be like a little faster. Chrome Mox can also fix. Draft off screen, immediately get like Black Lotus and shit. We prime timing. We priming and timing. A little chonky, a little expensive here. I'm not super high on these other options, though. Crop rotation's sweet if we get Cradle. It's like a bit lackluster otherwise. Grove, Narset. Let's just take an Elf. A little worried about the double blue on Narset. Plus, it's like not finding that much. There's Oko, Pest Infest, and Treachery. Maybe those are all good cards. Lana World helps with the curve a lot, though. Oh, man. I wonder if I should be Rug Colors. Pack 1, we passed a lot of late red-green fixing, and now there's a Fable here. I like Inferno Titan. I like Inferno Titan a lot in Rug. A Hedge on Twin. Hey, thanks, Lurdbergy. Thanks for 49 months. Yeah, Rug Twin could be sweet. A little bit of fixin'. God, that 5-color deck that I drafted the other day, it just got like ranched by twin combo in 2 out of 3 matches. That was a tilt. I'm gonna take Noble Hierarch here over Steam Vents. They both help fix the mana, right? But Hierarch also helps with the curve. We might literally just splash Oko and have that be the only blue card in the deck. Foreign Clicks came back. I kind of like this Abrade. I kind of like a little bit of interaction. Oddity QB Foreign Clicks is like some solid beats, though. Now Huntmaster's on the table. Someone told me Besieger was nuts, or Birthing Ritual was nuts for them. Yeah, I don't know. What's the Yavimaya land used in? It's used with a lot of cards. It's good with Rofellos. It's good with fucking Nissa. Let's all your lands Anthem. It's good with Orcish Lumberjacks. It's good with the Dark Depths combo. Opposition is in, yeah. Yeah, we saw some flash cards earlier, but we didn't grab them. Silly me. I think I'm grabbing this Strip Mine. Been a while since I got to play Dragonlord Atarka. I'm looking at Memory Lapse, Nissa, and Sylvan Library. I think if I'm happy with either Nissa or Atarka on the top end, then I should take the Memory Lapse or the Sylvan Library, because the green's been open enough. Like, we just last picked a Tree Speaker, though we should get a nice wheel. I think I'm feeling the Memory Lapse. Yeah, Excavator Strip Mine's a combo. I don't know if I like that better than just grabbing Consecrated Sphinx, though. Sphinx has been sweet. Well, here's a twin combo piece. Yeah, the mana base still needs a little bit more love. I guess Paradise Druid helps with that. Yeah, Martin Smash, the one about eating chemicals. I like the tune, I'm just not in the mood for it. Obviously, it's my fucking playlist. Hello, Red and 6. That's kind of exciting with the Strip Mine. Does make me wish I had that fetch that we saw earlier. I think we only saw one all draft. Yeah, a bit worried about my mana. Once Upon a Time is not a consistent fixer. Besiege is just a forest. Chrome Mox also not consistent. Hey, a Trop, nice. Yeah, every bit of fixing helps. How do I count Once Upon a Time in terms of colored mana? I usually don't. I just assume it helps and count on my mana base as though it's 16 lands. Hey, Stomping Ground, nice. I don't think I'm going to play Craterhoof against anybody. I also don't think I'm going to play Lightning Greaves against anybody. Thinking about which is the better sideboard card. I guess Hoof, I have a Wrenn and 6 for the Strip Mine. I didn't take the fucking 3-mana 2/3 Crucible effect earlier either. The cards need to do something when there's not a Strip Mine. Or your deck needs to be like very consistent at getting the Strip Mine. Crucible Strip Mine is not like Splinter Twin where they like just lose or whatever. Like you need to already be in like a neutral board state for that to do the thing. Yeah, everything we looked at the first time around is here. I don't think we have a lot of shuffle effects for Sylvan Library. I think I'm gonna grab Nissa here, as much as I'd like to play that Dragon Lord Atarka. Yeah, Excavator going right to the sideboard. Is there a combo-ish thing for Greaves in the cube? I mean, it's quite good with Metalworker and Blightsteel Colossus. So it depends on what you mean by combo-ish. Not against cutting Prime Time. I could see keeping it too. We just need like a cut here. Wall of Blossoms is a fun card to put a Splinter Twin on. I might jam it. Cobra is fixing Lord of Riots. It's very good here. You like cutting Glen? I can see cutting Glen. It's certainly better in some matchups than others, right? I don't like cutting a Braid or Memory Lapse. We're just like very low on interaction. And those are cards that are pretty much solid against everybody. Pretty reasonable to get back with Eternal Witness too, for repeat value. Yeah, let's play 16 lands and play the Wall of Blossoms. I guess it's lands in quotes with the Once Upon a Time. And Chrome Mox in there. This would be 9 green sources. I have to assume this is not enough red. It was like 3 red sources. 6 blues, a little closer. Yeah, another one where I'm not really happy with the mana base. Similar to the last deck. We'll see what ends up costing me. Wrenn and 6 would have been my best drip there, because I could have played the Lotus Cobra, played the land, Wrenn pinked the Elvish Mystic. Killed it and set up the draw engine with the Waterlogged. This wasn't bad though. Tree Speaker's good at the ramping. Sure. Good old turn 2 Nissa, of course. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, Captain Creepy Crunch, thanks for the 72 months. This is probably one of those matchups where we're reboarding Craterhoof, by the way. If y'all were curious about that. Oh, note that Priest of Titania is both players. I was hoping they would have to tap this, target the Sanctum, so Besieger would get a cheeky little... Warren Fish, thanks for the $10 donation. Could I have activated Kid in there? I think so. Just chose not to. Maybe they want their mana up for something else. Something in the second main, maybe. God, a Zealous Conscripts off the top would have been so nuts. Just steal Nissa and ult it immediately. Magic Online had a little loading bubble there. So we're just waiting for the client. Oh, right, they had 7 because of my Chi Speaker. Did I miscount? Oh, the Kinnan itself. Yeah, they had gobs of mana. What was I thinking? Thank you, babe. Got another huge salad here. At least something's going well tonight. I guess that Grifflands run was sweet. Kinnan trigger whiffed. Sure. Man, you never know how much you miss, like, moving your arm above your head and stuff until you can't do it, and then you have to, like, operate. All weird. I had, like, a sling or something. Basically, I get sharp pains every time I move. Like, my left arm, if I did this with it, it would fucking hurt. Which, I didn't think was going to be a big deal, but makes it a little bit more useless than I thought it was going to. Brutal causality. The mid-combat Kinnan spin. Finding not one, but a Paradise Druid. I almost want to make the Wall of Blossoms a 3/3 so it trades instead of just blocking. Googling that symptom says I'll die within hours. Hey, fair enough. It was a good run. Do I even want to board in Crater Hoof if they're trying to fucking... If they're trying to bribe me? I like the hasty threats. I like the treachery a lot. Can you have my things? You cannot. Oh, the fucking 05 wall should be coming in. Just all the acceleration. All the speed. Do I always count Once Upon a Time as land? Yeah, generally. Now my salad's dressed properly. Fair enough. I see. The opponent can play things sweet on turn 2, but I can't. How many counters do you think they can fit into their deck? If you Mox and then don't exile, it does nothing. I think they're about to steal my Consecrated Sphinx. That's what I think. The good news is we're not dead to Crater Hoof. The bad news is they get to draw a bunch of sweet cards and murder me with them. I know what'll make me feel better. Warren Fish's Song Request. Thanks for being patient, Warren. Some garbage. Love this band. You cannot game beard. Colorless is not a color. It taps for the color. The only way you can imprint a colorless card on Chrome Mox and then tap it for a color is if you imprint like an Eldrazi or something. Or a fucking Karn. And then your opponent plays a Painter's Servant to turn them into colors. But they just straight up don't have colors. Chrome Mox will never tap for colorless. Hey, Fricus, thank you. I'm not doing bad. Had some weird health stuff the past couple of days, but I don't think it's anything serious. Do I crack this Grove? Yeah, if I could have found like Hoof, then it would certainly be worth it. That didn't happen though. We are thinning out all the lands. Cool, snap, snap, snap. I wish I could draft a fucking nutty Caleb deck. I've heard this a lot lately. I'm gonna skip it. Oh, shoot, what up? Hey, boss did nothing wrong. It was messed up to lose to our own Sphinx. I don't think you can, like, board around the bribery either. Like, if you cut the Sphinx the prime time and don't bring in the Hoof, yeah, the bribery's a lot worse, but it's still good. And now your deck sucks. Like, you just can't go over the top of them. Like, if they have a similar draw to the game one where they just play a fast Nissa, you kind of need to slam a 6-drop. This deck draws a lot of mana sources. Well, 6 of these lands were tutored out. And our opponent is drawing many more cards per turn than us. So it's going to look like that for sure. But yeah, we have some mana dorks. I'd like to play the Lotus Cobra out to, like, flip my Ravager back, but if I hold on to it, I get another loot. I guess I play it. It's kind of Crater Hoof or bust at this point. And the opponent knows we have Crater Hoof, so if they have a hard counter, they'll be holding it for sure. The Sphinx is not a main Cascadella. You can't really deck somebody with Consecrated Sphinx. Because they'll just choose not to, right? Weird, a bunch of mana sources in our ramp mirror. That is, of course, why Consecrated Sphinx rocks so hard. Just means that you'll just never flood, even if your deck has a bunch of dorks. So the hoof was in the bottom, like, what, 10 cards? Happens. Yeah, no one drop here. But the Cobra can fix for the Oko. That's not nothing. Sure, Firefighter. I believe so, Hellman. Cobra not the best fixer for memory lapse. Possible I'm supposed to Oko here and then like try and Pest Infest for 2 next turn. They gotta float. It's technically correct to float 3 colorless mana. You gotta float it. I mean, I used the mocking voice, but I forgot to fucking float the other day. When it was actually relevant. Oof, having to force a will with 4 lands. Having to pitch cast instead of getting to hard cast. And they pitch Spell Pierce. I almost want to make the Mox Emerald a 3/3 here. Cyclonic Rift, sure. Now they have Hardcast Force of Will. Yeah, the Black Lotus Cobra we ping it on the second main phase. Firefighter, thanks to a $20 donation. We have a recursion / value stip lined up. Oh my god, I got to win a game. That's always good. That's always pretty feel good. Looks like another Archmage matchup, Yeah, I like Eternal Witness is another card to slough off Splinter Twin on, but maybe it just doesn't make the cut. I mean, if Oko gets countered, it's good to rip Eternal Witness later on. Maybe we'll cut Treachery. Yeah, my whole stream setup has the mic here on this side, so I usually drink with my other arm, but I can't really lift that arm above my waist. so I don't know. Maybe I'll go get like a chair to set drinks on over here. That could be nice. I'm sure it'll be fine within like a day or two. I'm not worried about it. What happened? Nothing serious, Hellman. Just hurts. Wrenched my elbow somehow. Ooh. We can pitch Elvish Mystic to Chromax to one Paradise Druid. I kind of dig that. Buy a beer hat. Ooh, there's an idea. I think I'm actually going to be cutting back on Veer for the next like week. Or at least 4 or 5 days. Fair enough. I think it might be related to like why I was having like abdominal pain yesterday. I think it's like probably at least partially diet related. So I'm only going to be eating things that are good for my tum-tum. Veggies and pasta and such. Real easy shit. Hey, Blackfire, thanks for the sub. The tier 2, the 56 months. 56 more tables for drinks? No. When you had that happen to you, it cleared up in a few days? Yeah. Well, I'm going to breed the shit out of that relic. Getting the Glenalendra down is mighty tempting, but can't be as good as this. Yeah, unlikely epic. I did watch that Simpsons episode recently where Homer defeats the chili cook-off by like pouring wax in his mouth. And then he ends up going on some crazy trip. High Tide. That's unexpected. Whoa. They got some spice on the top end. Yep. My Glenalendra getting shuffled away. Bit of a bummer. And they still have 5 mana to work with. Alright, Waffle Stomp, what you doing? Ballista on 3. Sure. Don't love the idea of Chromoxing out the Hex Drinker versus the onboard Ballista hum. Block, I block. Oh. I'm a little tempted to play the Hex Drinker. If they ping, then it's like harder for them to double ping Huntmaster. They're not a ton of health over there. Yeah, it seems like a lot for little Ballista to deal with, Yeah, you're always happy when your opponent starts their turn by paying 3 mana to draw a card. Hippity long years. Thanks for the sub. Thanks 84 months. I mean, if they don't play anything, the Huntmaster fucking flips. I recommend responding. You don't want to respond? They didn't take my recommendation. Love strip mining on 1, but Kind of nice to not be losing to Kinnan for once. I almost like holding onto the mountain to get back with Ren next turn. Loot away with Fable, rebind. Oh, the Ren can rebuy Stripline. That's pretty good. I want my Wall of Woman's back for the Splinter Twin. What did I learn from that? Kind of fucking nothing. I don't really know what their deck is. I guess I know that they're playing Kinnan. Kind of have to decide if it's a hoof matchup or not. Didn't really see a Pest Infest target. I assume most green mirrors are actually ramp mirrors. So I'm going to move a bit in that direction. Let's get the lapse on the draw. Alright, I want my Pest Infestation back. Cast my Once Upon a Time before my first spell of the game, like I always remember to do. Every single time. I think I need this Lotus Cobra. It's nice to have the hoof or have the Sphinx, but we have a 6-drop here already. Currently the Cobra is the card that fills the curve best. Snowden, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 12 months there, the full year. Yeah, if I known I was drawing Tree Speakers specifically, probably would have kept that hoof hum. What if Treachery could resolve? It'll be happier over here. So we have 5 mana now. Could Conscripts, but I don't really see the purpose. I think I'm just gonna Cobra and level up the Tree Speaker and pass. They got their Tretch back. Fair enough. Oh, should I have shocked myself there? This is going to give me 2 more mana. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's 1 short of being able to play the Conscripts. That could have been sick. Play the prime time and then Conscripts my prime time to give it a haste. Grab a couple spell lands here. I would have been a mana short, though. By my count. Opposition, nice. The issue here is the fucking opposition, right? So I try to, or actually, yeah, I think they go Zealous Conscripts, take the opposition. I think they would tap down the Conscripts. Unfortunately, I kind of dig Splinter Twinning the prime time, and they respond by tapping it, and then I fucking untap it. It's funny. Conscripts the Rex Sage and twin it. That's pretty bad, because they can tap the Rex Sage in response to my twinning it. One over there's gonna be like, what the fuck? Conscript's twin is infinite. I explained several times why I was not doing that. If you splinter twin the Zealous Conscripts, they can tap it in response. And then I'm like just not doing anything this turn. So I'd have to wait until next turn to try and kill the opponent. And I feel like if they can't answer my shit anyway, then this is also winning. I get this nice attack in. Thin my deck a bunch. Now, if they had, because of the Splinter Twin, if they had gone to tap it, we would have, in response, been able to activate the prime time and get a token. That's why we just went into attack. If you activate there to make the token, then they just tap the token. You don't get your attack in, and you get like the same amount of pulling cards from the deck. No. It loses the Splinter Twin ability too, right? This is garbage now. Game might be hard. Tempted to rebuy Strip Mine, but this Priesthood Titania is actually repping a lot right now. Excuse me. Yeah, the real awkward thing is I'm pretty sure I boarded out Pest Infestation to fit in more hoof type cards. Pretty aggressive attack. You don't think it's layers? It's always layers. So we're only dealing 5 damage to Oko and losing Cobra. Best case scenario. Actually, that might have been best case scenario. Be nice to pass and flip the Hunt Master. Actually, maybe that's better. Just pass, flip Hunt Master, you'll kill the Kinnan. Yeah, I think that would have been decent. Better than playing this Fable. Force them to make some decisions. Yeah, it could have been the Oko down to 2, too. Yeah, I just, like, snapped off the Fable. Thinking, like, oh, this might help draw me into Crater Hoof, right? But getting the Kinnan off the board seems like it would be solid. Maybe not. Maybe the Kinnan doesn't matter. They can activate it now thanks to the Urza mana. Still a lot. If you hold the Fable for a turn too, you might have like more chaff to loot away. Oh, they're just spinning. And they found Battlesphere? Alright, well that's almost certainly going to lock us out with this opposition. We'll see what we draw into, but that's pretty good. The issue is because of the Battlesphere, they now have enough things to tap me out. I wouldn't have enough attackers. The previous few turns, I would have been able to get in. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we'd only have 7 attackers. I think I just scoop here, huh? Well, I mean, Reflection on Zealous is like pretty good. I think they just have lethal though, right? Just tap me out and attack with a Battlesphere. If they hadn't found Battlesphere though, off their spin, we might have been fine. Alright, I feel a little silly for cutting that one. Possibly I even want Glenn. Glenn Alindra. Or Eternal Witness. That game went pretty long. Let's get the Memory Lapse back in on the play, too. I'm tempted for Excavator and have like one more Strip Mine recursion thing. Treachery is good, but I don't think it's as good as my other top end stuff. Hexdringer would have been sick, huh? Flea level it. Why not, Dave? I think most people would consider the 4-color Omnath to be a pretty good cube card. Yeah. Well, that's a bummer and a half. If I imprint with the Chrome Mox, I could hit it for 5. Don't think that's quite worth. If one of these was imprintable, that'd be nice, because I could have the Memory Lapse up. So whatever blocker they tried to play to protect could help us punch through. Hey, Gloomshot bot, thanks for the 16 months. You love Vintage Cube? Me as well. Me as well. Like channeling. So this would have been like the best Memory Lapse ever. Is that what you're telling me? What are the odds that I rip and answer that QB? It'd have to be like Pessimization, right? I'm gonna eat a hit. Hey, there we go. And the Solemn can't block Questing Beast, so they can both go face here. Pretty glad I didn't trade, huh? Pretty glad I didn't trade there. That would have been much worse. Well, opponent, I think we got you, friend. Sweet. All right, we got ourselves a stip draft in the queue.